You've been pursuing a major lifestyle change for the last 3 years with a pretty phenomenal success.
Yes.
You've dropped 150 pounds so far, but you've been on this plateau for every year. You're working with a trainer 6 days a week?
6 days a week.
6 days a week? And on the 7th day you rest?
Usually, but we still do bike rides and different things, my husband and I, a lot of times on the 7th.
You know, even God needed a day off. So even on the 7th day, you're still
sometimes
busy. Okay. Now, you're looking at your cardio and weight training, as well as changing your nutrition and your lifestyle. And the science of calories burnt versus calories consumed tells you that you should be losing the pounds, but you're not.
Yes.
Which implies then you're eating less than you're burning off.
Yes.
Okay.
And I measure that very carefully. I've got a handy little device. It's called a body bug.
And does that go everywhere you go? What is a body bug?
It's a mini calculator, mini computer, and it measures the energy burn, converts it into calories. Plug in how much you eat, and you know exactly where you are every day as far as over under the deficits you're shooting for.
If you were to quit this craziness, this ambition, what would you do instead?
I don't know. That's a really good question. My fear is I'd probably go back to the same inactive lifestyle, that I'd put the weight back on. That one of the things that keeps me at least at the plateau, if not going lower, is the fact that I am working so hard and maintaining.
So the question here is, what's really the problem?
What's really the problem?
Yeah.
Breaking the plateau.
Okay. Always worth asking that question. It's amazing what people will say. So breaking the plateau. Close your eyes.
Okay.
Have a look at the plateau. Not the psychological description of what it's like to have the plateau or your experience of the plateau, but the plateau itself. So if you were to describe what kind of plateau it is, what kind of plateau is that? How do you see that?
I literally see like a mountain plateau. That it's very flat, it's very solid.
And it's right there where your hands are. Okay, so we've got this mountain plateau. How tall is it?
Several. Well, it's kind of in a distance, so it's several hundred feet in the distance.
How wide is it?
Almost from horizon to horizon.
Oh, that's pretty wide then. Okay. How deep is it?
I don't see a bottom to it. It just goes down.
Okay. And then how thick is it? So the depth going the other way.
I don't see the back side of it. It's very thick.
Okay, so you open your eyes. So let me just check. You've got a great big mountainous plateau in front of you.
Yes.
Really wide. Really deep.
Uh-huh.
It's pretty tall. Yeah? And you're trying to break this?
Yeah.
Okay.
No wonder I'm having trouble. Yeah, it's big.
I always
solid.
like it. I when people attempt the impossible and they beat themselves up and make themselves miserable because they can't do it, I have to point out there's a reason why it's called the impossible.
Well, that's the way this one feels.
Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Go back to this plateau. Is there anything else about the plateau?
It's kind of reddish beige in color.
Okay.
It's fairly barren. There's not a lot of trees or growth. The rise of the plateau is fairly steep. I don't see any roads. I don't see any paths. It's just really a fairly solid mountain.
Okay, so it was solid mountain with no roads or paths, nowhere to go.
Right.
And one of the things you want to do is either break the plateau or get off the plateau.
Yes.
So here's what we've got. We've got somebody with a great big plateau in front of them.
Mm-hmm.
Wants to move forward. Too scary. Needs the path to follow. No path.
Right.
Needs to get directions. In it alone.
Mm-hmm.
But you've learned to be self-sufficient. Okay, how's it working out for you so far?
It hasn't been.
You've got a great big mountain in the way.
Yes.
You're trying to move a mountain. Well, actually, no, you're not. You're trying to break a mountain. Yeah.
Break it, go over it, go around it, get off of it. Yes.
And one of the oh, hang on. So that's in front of you. It's as wide as you can see. It's as tall as you can see and as deep as it goes. And it's so deep you can't, so wide.
Right.
And the only direction in which you can go is back to where you came from, which is back to what you did before.
Yes.
A well-trodden path.
Yes.
That's what people do. People lose a bit of weight. They get as far as they're able to go. They don't know where to go next, so they go back to what they did before.
Correct.
You might not want to do that.
I definitely don't want to do that.
So what could you do instead? Because it seems to me that the strategies that you're using are not the right strategies for dealing with a plateau and a mountain.
I would totally agree.
So we need to change the strategy.
Yes.
Now it may well be you need to change direction.
That would be okay with me.
Okay, now...
As long as we don't go backwards.
Okay, so you don't want to go backwards, but you need to change direction. And that seems pretty reasonable.